Have you ever stood in a place where your faith was the only thing holding you up? I have. And today, I want to tell you about a story that's as real as Sunday morning sunlight through stained glass. A story about how faith saved Malik. Picture this. The gospel choir's singing, but Sister Naomi Barnes is fighting battles no one else can see. She's praised God through every season, but this Sunday, her worship feels like a war cry. Malik, her only son, is missing. Not because he overslept, but because he's sitting in a jail cell, accused of a crime half the town's already decided he committed. 3 days earlier, her world flipped upside down. Police at her door. "Is Malik your son?" they asked. And in that moment, her heart stopped. Arrested for robbery and assault, a crime she knew in her soul he didn't commit. But the evidence said otherwise. Grainy footage, a scar that matched. And Malik's old mistake, a trespassing charge from years ago, painted him as guilty before the trial even started. Naomi felt the weight of every whisper, from the grocery store to the church pews. But she clung to what she knew. Malik was home that night. He was studying, helping with laundry, being the son she'd raised on scripture and sacrifice. Still, the world didn't want to listen. Saturday night, Naomi did the only thing she could. She went to war in her prayer closet. The air was thick with desperation, her tears soaking the pages of Psalm 91. She yelled, she pleaded, she surrendered. "I may not see the way out, Lord, but I know the blood still works. No weapon formed against him shall prosper, not if he's covered by the blood." Then Sunday morning came. Naomi put on her white dress, walked into church like a soldier. The choir sang about the power in the blood, and suddenly the door swung open. Deacon James rushed in with news. Someone else had confessed to the crime. Malik was innocent. The real thief had taken the blame. The truth had surfaced, and faith had made a way where there seemed to be none. By Tuesday, Malik was free. Naomi wrapped her arms around him outside the courthouse, sobbing into his shoulder. "I knew you didn't do it," she whispered, and Malik, voice cracking, said, "I thought they were gonna bury me, Ma." She held him tighter. "You were never alone," she said. "You were covered by prayer, by truth, by the blood." Months passed, and Malik stood before the church, transformed. His story became a testimony. He started tutoring young boys, sharing his journey. And he'd always say, "When the world tried to write me off, my mama fought with more than lawyers. She fought with scripture, with truth, and with blood. Not the kind you bleed, but the kind that saves." And every time he spoke, the church stood up. Not in pity, but in praise, because faith truly does save.